Hello everyone, it's TS Patriot back with more Dark Souls walkthrough. This is the second part of my series. I'm going into Capra Demon now, which is section 1 to 4. The reason I don't know, some of you might not understand that, but the reason I have labeled them like 1 to 3, 1 to 4, of course the very first intro boss would be 1 to 1, and the next one 1 to 2, so on and so forth. I did that because in Demon Souls, the levels were split. Like you'd walk up to, what would you call it? It was like a statue. It's like this big stone statue. You walk up to it and you click on it, and then you would enter into the level through that. And each level is split into sections. So every time you beat a level, it would send you back to an area called the Nexus, and you go over to the tablet, the giant monument tablet, whatever you want to call it. Click on it again, and then there'd be a second level option there because you would unlock the next part of that world. So I've decided to just kind of split it like that to be easier for me to keep track of and for you guys to kind of keep track of where I'm at. So this whole first area in Undeadburg and all that's going to be the World 1. So it'll be like this is World 1 Part 4. So anyways, continue on. This guy appears after you ring the bell, after you kill the bell gargoyles, which makes sense, name bell gargoyle, yada 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 yada, not funny, I know. Anyways, this guy can do a lot. He can, request absolution is where you try to get forgiven for your sins, because there's another covenant out there that will invade the worlds of people that have sinned. So earlier in the video, you guys didn't see, I killed an NPC to get a sword from him and a key because I didn't want to buy it from him. And that caused a sin because he was a good NPC. He wasn't bad. So obviously now if somebody tried to invade my world, they could. Somebody that was trying to find sinners. Indictment's also a way to report people that invade. That'll put them on the Book of the Guilty, which is the sin list, basically. Anybody that's done something wrong, that's how that covenant hunts them down. There's multiple covenants, and I'll show you guys that in more walkthroughs. And they also sells the Purging Stone, which is very helpful when you get cursed, which is annoying as hell. But that's about it for him. He pretty much is any way to avoid sinning. Leaving a covenant is a sin unless you do it through him, and that's who he is, basically. Nothing more to it. So we're gonna continue on now, pushing back through the level. Actually, I'm gonna use a homeward bow here. I don't know why I was about to walk through all that. These are very nifty. Buy a ton of these later on if you're trying to soul farm or material farm. Wonderful way to do it right there. So keep that in mind. They're not expensive at all compared to the souls you get later in the game. Now, real quick, I'm going to upgrade my weapon. Always upgrade gear when you can, because the sections get progressively harder, obviously. I don't know why I just said that. That was really obvious. But you want to keep your gear up to date as much as you can. You want to farm if you can to level yourself. Because you can go into the level, and if you have the strategies, you've learned the game well enough, you can push through some higher places. You should be higher levels, soul level technically, or have higher gear if you dodge. It just takes a lot longer, and it takes more hitting enemies. It's long. You have to dodge more. There's just a lot more time. So if you don't mind going into combat careful and maybe playing extra amount of time, that's fine. But I'm trying to limit down these video links so it's not ridiculous. So that's how we're doing it. Just looking through weapons here. I'm thinking about making this. I'm not sure what build I want to go with. Builds are a very important thing in the game. I mean, just depending on your play style. If you like range, mage, if you like a combination of magic and melee, if you like just strictly magic, prayer, pyromancy. There's all. I mean, even melee can use pyromancy without the use of leveling up the intelligence skill. I mean, there's just all kinds of combinations, and that's one of the great chemistries about this game, is just being able to do what you like with your stats. Every build is different. Every person online. I mean, there's some people follow similar builds just strictly because they love PvP or they love getting souls from online play. Or there's builds for player versus enemy, PvE, player versus PvP, player versus player, and not so good against per se, enemies of the level, but you're good against when you're trying to do PvP. So they strictly get through the game to the parts where they can start doing PvP. There's what's it called? Drawing a blank here. There's co-op. There's co-op builds for friends that like to play together. You can have a mage that can either help boost the strength of weapons through. There's certain items you can find later that do that. There's, you can have a tank, somebody that absorbs the damage while there's a damage dealer. There's all kinds of. It's not like an MMO, but you can build it to. That's what's great about this game. It's not the time-consuming. I mean, not hating on MMOs. There's great MMOs out there. Like I play Guild Wars 2 actually. It's also my gamer tag on there, but it's awesome that it's a combination of MMO, RPG, and action at the same time. Because you can do builds, or you can just play by yourself, or you can play online, or you can fight other players. I mean, it's up to you what you do, but that's the awesome part of it. Getting to choose that. Oh, don't forget this shortcut right here. I almost forgot that. And it's a pain to run all the way back around. Like later on when you're trying to upgrade weapons, it's an easy run through. You don't have to go back through the Undead Burg or that level. Simply just run up this elevator. And it's also just a shortcut to the next section we're going to. What I'm doing here is you can there's multiple ways to get to the door to the basement area of this level. Lower area of this level. And I like to go the way that I can skip trying to run past the dragon, because for some reason sometimes the dragon does different amounts of damage depending. He has certain attacks, and sometimes I've gotten one-hitted when I'm trying to run to this basement door across the bridge. So I take the time to go back through the level. You don't have to. It's up to you what you do. It's quicker to do the other way, but I'll show you. I'll be over there later. I'll show you that. But I just like to avoid that. I like to avoid as many deaths as possible, because I hate dying in this game. It's just a pride killer, per se, to me. I'm going to do an overkill on that. This guy. Yeah. That's just, it's personal preference, honestly. Try not to look like as much of an idiot in front of you guys as I can. Trust me, I've had like right here. It's so much bad luck sometimes in this game. You can't avoid it. You really can't. It's just, I would classify them as Dark Soul moments, when the most brutal, mean moments ever that happen. It's just, it's lovely though. It's lovely. Wow. It's wonderful though. That sounded really gay and British. I am not British. I am American. No offense to British. Anyways, sorry, random tangents. It just happens. Like I said, these levels are kind of boring, so not much else to talk about. But it's just, that's what makes the game. Just some people hate it. They get really mad, how unfair this game can be at times. But me personally, it's just that's what I love. I love the unfairity. I love laughing at it. I love dying to stupid things, which trust me, I've had that happen a lot. You'll have it happen a lot too. You'll grow to love it. If you play the game long enough, you'll grow to love it. A lot of people got turned off by the difficulty of the first one, but it's still pretty big hype about it, so it depends on what you like. And still getting hits for stupid things, blah blah blah, running. Okay, this is the area I'm talking about. You can climb up that ladder like I showed you earlier, the shortcut there. You just run across the bridge straight to the door. But, like I said, I'm just going to take the time to run around, because I don't want to get killed by that stupid dragon. He also, oh, by the way, forgot. There's a really good beginner. Oh my god. Why? Thank you. Leave me alone. I've already killed you so many freaking times. Not even funny. This is another shortcut, by the way. I'll show you. But can't get through this way. But the dragon, he drops a, if you cut his tail off, which I believe you can use a bow to shoot the tail off, because you can't really kill him at this low of a level, but he drops a great beginner sword. That's what a lot of builds will use. You can look, online, you can read up about it. A lot of people like it for their beginning builds. Not very good late game, but early game, mid game, you can make it work if you upgrade it right and you know what you're doing with it. Yeah. But, yeah, just killing some stuff. Killing some retarded knights. Love dying multiple times, apparently, to the same person. They'll never learn. No matter if it's a rat or it's the lowest level thing, the stupidest thing, they never learn. I wish they would learn, because they're not able to do that. The dead don't really have brains, so I guess we can't judge them. Running. There's also another NPC. He's evil. down, if you get the basement key and you can go, you just go down instead of up like I did. It's a Havel, and he drops Havel's Ring of Strength or whatever it's called, and it basically increases your equipment load, which, for those of you that don't know, equipment load is very important in this game. I believe you have to keep it below, keep your equipment weight 50% below what, yeah, 50% below the max to make where you're still agile. You're somewhat agile. Like, see, like when I just roll quickly. If you're above 50%, you'll do that heavy like thud where, yeah, see, this is what I mean. There's the bridge and the dragon just run through here by the night when we first met Knight Solaire. So basically, you won't when you roll. If you roll that slow online, especially, enemies will just destroy you. Players will destroy you. They'll take advantage of that. So you want to at least, at the bare minimum, which I'm doing right now, for player versus enemy, keep it below 50%, so you can still roll quickly. You can still move quickly. But online, I almost forgot to show you. It's definitely recommended that you try to because you can be even more agile. I believe it's 25%. Of your maximum weight. I'm not sure. I'll look into that for you guys, or you can yourself. But test that out actually, because online there's players that there's a ring where you can roll like really acrobatical and backflips and all this fancy, stupid things. It looks it looks ridiculous. Hopefully I can find somebody online that has that ring, but it's absolutely obnoxious, but it definitely works for the backstab, which is a big part of online play, and just the game in general. Backstabs are wonderful. Also, they will be the most frustrating thing you'll learn. I hate them. I absolutely hate them. It's terrible watching, like, 3/4 of your health go away in one attack. But oh, yes, also the key I got from a little merchant of the first level. Open this door, if you like to use. I'm planning on kind of making a strength magic build at this point, so if you plan on using just the beginner's skills, you definitely want to find him. Oh my god. Okay. They look so easy. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about in this game, right here. Oh my god. Gotta restart. Oh, okay. I'm glad I opened that shortcut, because this would have definitely... This is what I'm talking about. Those, like, look, they look ridiculous. They're holding little torches. They have no armor. They look like they're... Get out of the way. They look so easy, and then yet they do so much damage. Oh my... Didn't you have a chance? I don't even remember what I was saying now. I'm sorry. I don't remember whatsoever. Oh yeah. More souls, I guess. That's what I hate about... I mean, also when you die, I mean, it's a love-hate thing. Gotta replay the whole level from the bonfire you were at. No, not again. Hold on. Oh, epic. Alright, little guy, you tell your friends what you saw here today, so they never fight me again, because that was just amazing. It will never happen again. That was definitely amazing. Okay, it probably wasn't amazing to some of you, but to me, that was amazing. A little puny stab kills 3 of these ridiculous, whatever these are. Yeah, maybe they're called oh, you are feisty. Almost died there. That would have been sad if I died again. I would have definitely just quit this forever. Not really, I love the game, but yeah, that was interesting. Not gonna let that happen again. Definitely not. Don't worry. Yeah, gotta be careful with these dogs. Bleeding's kind of interesting. For those of you that don't know how it works, that bar right there, see how it kind of fills up purpley? I mean, the poison looks the same. The icon's just... Oh, my... Okay. Oh, and he's going to cut my neck. I'm not going to die, though, because apparently I can survive necks getting sliced. I don't know how that works, but I'm feeling pretty cool right now that I can survive my throat being gone. Ooh, look at these guys. They're just all over the place. Anyways, back to the meter. The bleeding meter, they work differently. Like, say you're getting poisoned, which is like a skull and crossbones, or something stereotypical. When that gets filled all the way up, obviously you start getting poisoned until it goes back down. poison damage, but bleeding is different. In the old game, it worked like poison. When it got fully filled, you just start losing health to, they call it bleeding. Like poison just drain automatically. Now, in this one, if that bar gets all the way full, it does kind of, I don't know if it's a critical damage attack, but it does an attack where just blood like shoots everywhere out of your character, and it does like, I don't know, it depends on the weapon doing it, but it does like, or not the weapon, but I think it depends on the amount of health you have, but it does like a third of your health, maybe more, depending on how much like bleed effect the weapon has, what kind of arm. I think it depends on your bleed resistance. It also depends on many factors, but that it's a huge benefit. I used to, when I played online, I had a the Uchigita, that blade, the one that was famous in the first game, for that's all they used online pretty much. Is that and the sword you got from the end of the game, but I loved it because online, when people, even when they block with their shield, which a lot of people, that's how a lot of people stop quick. Like I had a quick build. You know, I'd run around quick, dodge quick, attack quick. A lot of them would just have a heavy shield out, but I could sit there and hammer on the shield, and their bleed resistance would still go up. And when that bar gets full, it damages them. So technically, I could, you know, still damage them even with their shield on. So it worked out. It's definitely something you need to be. Ooh, wow, that was a fail. Definitely got to be careful and watch that because it devastates you in certain circumstances. I am just getting hit all over the place. Man, thank God I really don't care. Alright, let's see here. Oh yeah, I'm going to, there's humanity back here. I think it's kind of obvious to find it, but that door I just walked by is actually to the next section. It'll be towards the Blight Town, all that wonderful stuff. It's like famous for being miserable, I guess. It's you can get lost in it easily if you don't know where you're going. Okay, I take that back. It's an easy like area to like. I somehow, when I first played this game, I could not figure it out, and I'll talk about that later. It's kind of funny. This is just back to the main bonfire. I like to use this one because it gives you 10 Estus flasks automatically without having to kindle, so I don't have to waste humanity. Because humanity is a big deal later on in the game. Right now, I mean, everybody's like, oh, humanity, yay, I can come back to life, blah, 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 for no reason, just so I don't look ugly, whatever the case may be. But you kind of want to save it up, because if you're not big on online play, or you're not very good at PvP like I am, depends. I used to be good at PvP when I first played the game because I joined the Covenant just for it. Going with the Death Hand, where you could, if you hit somebody with it, you suck humanity out of them. It's really cool, really awesome. I'm definitely showing you guys that one. I love that Covenant, but later on in the game, humanity can be a big factor for people that like to use melee and weapons instead of magic and all that good stuff. Because you can get chaos weapons, which, like Quillog's Blade, which is a very famous one that everybody knows. All that you can. I'm not crazy, just making sure I can roll quick still. But it's. Wow, I just felt like I stuttered there. That did not happen. We're ignoring that. It basically, it'll help. Every time you have more, the more humanity you have. Wow, get my thoughts back together. Still seeing nightmares of how I died to a bunch of little mini zombie skanks. That's what I'm going to call them, skanks from now on. The humanity it'll add damage. The more humanity, I think it caps out once you get to 30 humanity, it won't add any more damage to a chaos weapon. But if you have like a +5 chaos weapon, which is the level cap for all specialty, well not all, but all like the very specialty weapons, like you have lightning and fire and all that, which go to +10, but then when you get to the special forms of that, which chaos is like a special form of fire, with +5 fire, you go to chaos route to just go up to +5 on it, it'll max out. Same with, I believe it's like a mystic or something that goes along with a magic weapon. Enchanted, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Right, just run back down to the boss. A quick shortcut, well not quick, it's kind of long, but if you die, it's pretty annoying to run this back and forth. boss when I first played the game, and it's the same way with everybody. He is absolutely unforgiving. It just annihilates you. And it's not even that he's like really hard. I mean, he's very predictable attacks. It's just his attacks have so much power behind them. And at the same time, he has 2 of these dogs in there with him, which is just unfair as can be. But like I said, that's the way the game plays. You just gotta get used to it. You gotta love it, learn to love it, or just you gotta quit. Or get good. I guess you don't have to quit, but you have to get good. But me, luckily I love it, because I'm by no means good anymore. Or I probably never was good, but moving on. Alright, so the goal with him is to just take out these dogs as quickly as you can. I kind of failed at that here. Got a little tangled up. Smashed. I almost died. About to cry. Yeah, you definitely just want to destroy the dogs and then roll away. See what I mean? Like, if you don't get them killed quick, this is a perfectly good example of why you want to kill these dogs quick. There we go, got one. Because now I'm stuck to running around. I don't know why they put these stairs in here. They lead to nothing. Absolutely nothing. And they don't protect you from him. It probably makes... Oh, he got stuck. Okay. Maybe I doubt they're intended for that, but we will go with that. But my only guess is they put it there for you to, like, dodge, like I just did there, to kind of get the dogs away from him. And then now we just play the annoying poke game. Just, wait for those big attacks, and then run up and poke him. Yeah, like that. There we go. Finally hit him. Running away. I mean, that's pretty much it. Just when he's about to do the two-handed strike, there's 2 kinds. That one, the lunge, which that you can't block, so you definitely need to roll away from that or get out of his distance. But the two-handed one, where he just puts both swords together and he's about to whack you. Oh, wow. You definitely want to roll away from that one. Oh, excuse me. On there. Like, oh, God, how do you hit through stairs? Really? Oh. I guess I would do love hate. Anyways. If you don't roll, like, you can block it, but you want to roll away from it because it takes away so much of your stamina that just leaves you open. Poke, more attack. Yep. Not so macho now. Huh. Like the dog. Baby pets. Seem pretty pissed, but that's okay. I'm going to kill you next. And then you will meet them again wherever you go when you die. So, I'm sorry. You just make it easier on me. See what I mean? Like, that took away, like, half the damage. You just... I don't know who taught you how to swing your sword, but you definitely need to go back to them and get your money back, because you definitely are not very smart, are you? Just swinging around. If we weren't trapped in this close, though, so... This guy's actually really tough for mages, by the way, because he doesn't really leave room for just shooting spells at him, per se. That's pretty much it. So just kind of watch out for that. Keep that in mind. Alright, that's it. And just play the poke game. Run away, poke, run away, poke. When you kill the dogs, definitely kill the dogs quickly. I mean, that's pretty much the gist to it. So... Like I said, just try to send me. I'll give you an address for the PvP emails, or email me the PvPs and stuff eventually. If this, like I said, this picks up hype. And thanks for watching, guys.